And we kick things off on our monitoring of these major routes ahead of this Easter long weekend on the N4 toll road in Mbombela. That leads, of course, to the Lebombo Border Post with Mozambique. That's where we find SABC News reporter Nonhlanhla Jele, who joins us now live. And Nonhlanhla, we've been there multiple times throughout the year. We've seen, of course, real difficulties for people trying to cross into Mozambique because of the political unrest that's taking place there. I imagine all of that is top of mind for travelers heading in that direction.
Indeed, Ayanda, good morning to you and to the viewers at home. As you correctly put it, we are on the N4, but as you can see currently, not much is taking place because, of course, we're expecting people to start making their movements, of course, into the province and, as you said, leading into Mozambique later on in the afternoon. But as you can see, law enforcement officials are out in their numbers, especially on the N4, on the N2, on the N11 and the R40, which were named as the hotspot areas within the province. Of course, trying to keep law and order. We do know that in 2023, the number of fatal crashes on the road was 17, and we saw that this number increased last year. So, of course, law enforcement officials are out in their numbers to ensure that people obey the rules of the road. People are driving roadworthy cars, and people actually have the necessary documents when they are stopped, when they are using these roads. Of course, as you mentioned, on the N4, this one leads all the way to the Lebombo border gate and straight into Mozambique. We do know that the BMA is also out in their numbers in full force with their body cams, with their drones, ensuring that the borderline is secured and that people are not crossing into South Africa and into Mozambique, to do illegal stuff. And as mentioned earlier on, Ayanda, yesterday we saw the province actually launching the long weekend, the Easter Safety Road campaign. We saw that cars were stopped here, and of course, at this point, we do not know how many were stopped or how many were arrested. Of course, we're going to get that number later on in the week or on Monday once they've consolidated everything. As I've mentioned earlier on, law enforcement officials are out, Ayanda, in their numbers, stopping cars, checking their cars. Just on my left right now, we are seeing a police officer stopping a taxi. These ones are stopping public transport. As the MEC of Public Works yesterday said to us, they are ensuring that these taxis and buses that are ferrying people to churches and to different destinations across the province are, of course, obeying the rules of the road. And a stern warning, Ayanda, was sent out to anybody using the roads this long weekend to say, if you do not obey the rules of the road, the full might of the law you're going to experience. And of course, they were cautioned to stay safe during their travels, especially because of wet weather conditions that we're experiencing currently in the province. Ayanda?
Right, Nonhlanhla Jele, live to us there from the N4 towards the Lebombo Border Post. We'll touch base with you throughout the course of the day. For now, thanks very much indeed.